The Galactic Apex Predator exhibition occurred once every solar cycle, drawing the most fearsome hunters from across known space. This year's venue orbited the ice giant Craxus 7, a massive floating arena constructed specifically to contain the galaxy's deadliest creatures without risking planetary populations. Commander Xyx Thor of the Valerian Empire stood before the registration desk, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the station's bioluminescent lights. Behind him, restrained by 6 armed guards and a gravitational containment field, writhed a Shadowmaw, a creature that had evolved in the dark depths of his homeworld's obsidian oceans. Its 12 crystalline eyes reflected no light, only darkness itself. The Shadowmaw had a perfect hunting record: 347 kills, 0 escapes. Species registered. The automated system chirped. Designation: Shadowmaw. Threat level: extreme. Containment protocol: maximum. Xyx Thor clicked his mandibles in satisfaction. 46 other species had already registered. The competition would be fierce, but he had no doubt his Shadowmaw would claim victory. That's when the doors opened, and Liam Carter walked in carrying a small pet carrier. The entire registration bay fell silent. Every being present, from the methane-breathing Kylith to the crystalline harmonics, turned to stare. Not at the human, necessarily, though humans were still relatively new to the galactic community. They stared at what the human carried. Through the mesh door of the carrier, a small orange tabby cat peered out with jade-green eyes, utterly unimpressed by its surroundings. "Name's Liam Carter," the human said cheerfully, approaching the registration desk. "Here to register for the exhibition." The Kylith representative gurgled through its translator. "Human, are you lost? The petting zoo conference is 3 stations over." Liam smiled, setting the carrier on the desk. "Nope. Right place. This is Whiskers. We're here for the Apex Predator exhibition." Xyx Thor's translator nearly shorted out, processing his laughter. That is your Apex Predator? That small, fuzzy. What is that, a food animal?" "She's a cat," Liam said, unbothered. "Felis catus. And yeah, she's our entry." The registration attendant, a floating intelligence named Observer 7, flickered uncertainly. "Sir, I must inform you that this competition is for apex predators, dominant hunters, species that sit at the top of their food chains. Perhaps you misunderstood." "I understood perfectly," Liam interrupted gently. "Whiskers is an apex predator. Has been for about 10,000 years. A Kragathi warrior, his entry being a pack-hunting razorclaw, stepped forward. His species stood nearly 3 meters tall, with muscles like corded steel. Human. I mean, no offense, but your creature weighs what, for kilograms?" 5, Liam corrected. "She's been stress-eating since we boarded the transport. My razorclaw weighs 400 kilograms and can tear through starship hull plating." "That's nice," Liam said. "Whiskers once caught a bird mid-flight from a sitting position. Does your razorclaw do that?" The Kragathi stared, uncertain if he was being mocked. Observer 7 accessed the competition database. According to regulations, any species the entrant claims as an apex predator may be registered, provided it passes the preliminary biological scan. "Shall we proceed?" Liam nodded. "Let's do it." The scanner hummed to life, bathing Whiskers in soft blue light. The cat yawned, showing needle-sharp teeth and a pink tongue. Observer 7's voice took on a surprised tone. "Scanning complete. Species: Felis catus. Notable biological features: retractable claws, binocular vision, specialized hearing range, flexible spine, rapid twitch muscle fibers optimized for ambush hunting, proportional bite force exceeding." "Wait, that can't be right." A pause. "Bite force pound for pound exceeds 73% of registered species. Prey drive, extreme. Hunting success rate in natural environment, 32%, higher than African lions. Status: obligate carnivore. Verdict: qualifies as apex predator. Registration: accepted." The bay erupted in disbelief. Xyx Thor's mandibles clacked furiously. "This is absurd. 32% success rate is pathetic. For a solo hunter that size, hunting prey often as large as itself is actually impressive, Observer 7 replied. Registration stands. Liam picked up Whiskers' carrier. Thanks. We'll see everyone at the opening ceremony. He paused at the door, looking back. Oh, and Whiskers. She's never met another predator she didn't dominate. Just thought you should know. As he left, Whiskers meowed. A sound so ordinary, so unthreatening, that it made her presence in this competition all the more absurd. Or so they thought. The arena was a marvel of engineering. A biodome spanning 5 kilometers, divided into multiple biomes to accommodate the diverse hunting grounds required by each species. Desert sands, thick jungle canopy, Arctic tundra, and shallow seas all existed within the same pressurized space, separated by energy barriers during setup. Holographic displays floated above the assembled crowd, showing statistics for each registered predator. The betting markets were already active, with the Shadowmaw holding a commanding lead at 3-1 odds. The Razorclaw pack held second at 8-1. At the bottom of the list at 247-1 odds was Whiskers. Liam sat in the participant lounge, Whiskers now out of her carrier and curled in his lap, purring contentedly. Around him, the other participants maintained careful distance from their entries. The Shadowmaw remained in gravitational suspension. The Razorclaws were separated by force fields. Even the smaller predators required restraints or sedation. Whiskers groomed her paw with zero containment protocols. A three-eyed Polonian scientist approached cautiously. Mr. Carter, I must ask. I've reviewed the data on Terran predators. Your planet has creatures called bears, great white sharks, saltwater crocodiles. Why bring the cat? Liam scratched behind Whiskers' ears, eliciting louder purring. Because she's the real apex predator. Those others? Sure, they're bigger, scarier, but they hunt to eat. Whiskers, she hunts because she's bored. She'll kill things and leave them on the doorstep like gifts. She doesn't even need to be hungry. That's not survival, that's sport. But the size difference is irrelevant. You know what cats are responsible for on Earth? The extinction of at least 63 species. 63. And that's just the ones we've documented. They've wiped out entire populations of birds and small mammals across multiple continents. Not because they had to, because they could. The Polonian's eyes widened. Your planet allowed this? We encouraged it. Humans domesticated cats specifically because they're such efficient killers. We had a rodent problem and cats solved it. Then they solved the bird problem we didn't know we had. Then they just kept hunting. For fun. Liam's smile didn't quite reach his eyes. Whiskers here. Her ancestors were worshipped as gods in Egypt. You don't worship something unless it has power over you. But she seems so docile. As if on cue, a small maintenance drone word passed, about the size of a mouse. Whiskers' pupils dilated to black saucers. Her body went from relaxed to coiled in a microsecond. Before Liam could react, she launched herself off his lap, twisted midair, and struck the drone with surgical precision. It clattered to the ground, Whiskers' paw pinning it, her teeth at its mechanical throat. The entire lounge went silent. Whiskers, no. Not food. Liam scooped her up. The drone sparked weakly, its casing punctured. Sorry about that. I'll pay for repairs. The Polonian backed away slowly. I see. Observer 7's voice echoed through the lounge. Attention participants. The exhibition will commence in 10 minutes. Please prepare your entries for the first trial. The hunt. The screens activated, showing a vast jungle biome. Each predator will be released separately into the hunting ground. The biome contains 50 units of compatible prey for each species. Time limit. 1 planetary rotation. Scoring based on kills, hunting efficiency, and technique. Highest score advances to the next trial. ZYX Thor clicked his mandibles confidently. His Shadowmaw would tear through 50 prey animals in minutes. The creature was engineered for slaughter. The Krogothi warrior checked his razor claws, their muscles rippling beneath armor like hide. Liam simply set Whiskers down and opened a pouch of her favorite treats. Want a snack before we start? Whiskers crunched the treats delicately, then sat down to clean her whiskers with her paw. To the assembled aliens, it looked like grooming. To anyone who knew cats, it was preparation. The ritual before the hunt. The Shadow Maw entered first, a nightmare of crystalline eyes and shadow manipulation. The prey, a species of herbivore from the same planet, scattered in primal terror. The hunt was brutal and efficient. The Shadow Maw could bend light, making itself nearly invisible, then strike with appendages sharp enough to slice through bone. 47 kills in 32 minutes. The crowd roared approval. The betting odds shifted further in the Shadow Maw's favor. Next came the Razor Claws, hunting in coordinated attacks that demonstrated intelligence alongside instinct. They herded their prey, cut off escape routes, executed flanking maneuvers that would make military tacticians weep. 41 kills in 45 minutes. Species after species performed. The venom spine serpent from Quellia 9 used neurotoxins. The thunder wing from the storm world of Galtprime hunted from above with lightning-fast strikes. Each impressive in their own right. Then came Whiskers' turn. Liam set the carrier down at the entrance to the jungle biome. Okay, girl, go have fun. Remember to come back when you're done. He opened the door. Whiskers stepped out, stretched in that boneless way cats do, and yawned. The prey species, small rodent-like creatures bred specifically for this exhibition, rustled in the underbrush about 50 meters away, unaware of the predator in their midst. Whiskers sat down. The audience murmured in confusion. Several laughed. Is it doing anything? One of the Kylith asked. She's hunting, Liam said calmly. It's just sitting there. Exactly. For 5 minutes, Whiskers didn't move. She sat at the edge of the jungle, orange fur bright against the green foliage, apparently doing nothing at all. Then, so subtly that most of the audience missed it, her ears twitched, rotated, locked onto a target. Her pupils dilated. Her hindquarters wiggled just slightly, and then she moved. What happened next was difficult for the cameras to capture in real time. Later analysis would slow it down, break it into frames, attempt to understand the biomechanics of what they witnessed. Whiskers became a blur of orange fur and ruthless efficiency. The first rodent died before it registered her presence. A paw strike to the head so fast it caused instant trauma. The second tried to run. She pounced, mid-air correction, pinned it, dead. The third, fourth, and fifth scattered in different directions. Whiskers' head tracked all of them simultaneously, calculating trajectories with the processing power of a predator whose ancestors had been hunting for millions of years. She chose the fastest one and ran it down in 3 seconds flat. Then came the most disturbing part. Whiskers didn't continue hunting. She sat down, groomed herself for exactly 2 minutes, then resumed. Kill, groom, kill, groom. The pattern repeated, but not because she was tired or needed to rest. She was pacing herself, making the hunt last, enjoying it. By the void, the Polonian scientist whispered. She's playing with them. No, Liam corrected. She's demonstrating dominance. Cats don't rush. They don't need to. When you're that efficient, you can afford to take your time. The hunt continued. Whiskers employed every technique in her arsenal. Ambush hunting from tall grass, stalking from downwind, even climbing trees to drop on prey from above, a technique that sent shockwaves through the zoological community watching. It's arboreal? ZYX Thor's translator squeaked. Semi-arboreal, Liam confirmed. Cats can hunt in trees, on the ground, even in water if they have to. They're adaptable. At the 40-minute mark, Whiskers had 39 kills. She stopped, cleaned her paws thoroughly, then did something that made every xenobiologist in the audience gasp. She picked up a dead rodent in her mouth and carried it to the exit, where Liam waited. She dropped it at his feet, looked up at him, meowed. Good girl, Liam said, genuinely pleased. Thank you. Whiskers purred, rubbed against his legs, then turned and walked back into the jungle. What just happened? Observer 7 asked. She brought me a gift, Liam explained. Cats do that. They share their kills with their family group. It's a sign of affection. She stopped hunting. To bring you a trophy? No, she stopped hunting to show me she cares. Then she went back to finish the job. In the final hour, Whiskers caught 11 more rodents, bringing her total to 50 exactly. Not 47 like the shadow maw. Not 41 like the razor claws. 50. Every single prey animal in the biome. Perfect score. But the points weren't just for kills. They were for efficiency, technique, and something the judges called predatory excellence. The Shadowmaw's kills were brutal but quick. The razor claws were coordinated but predictable. Whiskers. She had demonstrated 18 different hunting techniques, adapted to terrain, paced herself like a professional, and done it all while maintaining what the judges could only describe as bored indifference. When the scores posted, Whiskers sat in first place by a margin of 37 points. The betting markets crashed. ZYX Thor stared at the scoreboard in disbelief. This is impossible. A creature that small cannot. Humans have a saying, Liam interrupted. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. He paused. Or cat in this case. Whiskers, completely unconcerned with her galactic fame, curled up in Liam's lap and went to sleep. The second trial took place in the arena's Coliseum, a direct combat assessment. Not against other predators, which would be unethical, but against progressively difficult holographic opponents designed to test reflexes, strategy, and raw combat capability. The Shadowmaw faced first, demolishing holographic warriors with savage efficiency. Its ability to phase through light-based attacks gave it a significant advantage. It reached level 47 before sustaining enough damage to be eliminated. The audience was ecstatic. The Razor Claws reached level 42, working as a coordinated unit. Other species ranged from level 23 to 38. Then came Whiskers. Liam set her down in the combat ring. The first holographic opponent materialized, a basic warrior, armed with a spear, programmed to challenge the predator's reflexes. Whiskers looked at it, looked at Liam, sat down and began grooming her tail. Is your creature refusing to fight? Observer 7 asked. She doesn't see it as a threat, Liam explained. Holograms don't have body heat or scent. To her, it's not real. But the other predators engaged. Their brains are wired differently. Whiskers hunts prey, not whatever that is. A murmur ran through the crowd. Was this a forfeit? Liam walked into the ring, picked up a small laser pointer from his pocket, and shined it on the ground near the holographic warrior. Whiskers' entire demeanor changed. The red dot was the enemy. The red dot was prey. She crouched, wiggled, and pounced directly onto the holographic warrior's foot where the laser pointed. Her claws raked through the hologram, triggering the damage sensors. The hologram flickered. Liam moved the laser. Whiskers followed, a furry missile of destruction, shredding each holographic opponent wherever the laser led. She climbed them, using their bodies as launching platforms. She performed aerial maneuvers that defied physics. She attacked with a ferocity that seemed utterly disproportionate to chasing a light. Because to Whiskers, this wasn't about the holograms. This was about the dot. The laser moved faster. Level 20, 30, 40. The holograms became armed with energy weapons, then multiple opponents at once. Whiskers didn't care. Where the laser went, she followed, leaving digital carnage in her wake. Level 47. Tied with the Shadowmaw. Level 50. Level 55. Mr. Carter. Observer 7's voice held a note of concern. You can stop. She's already won this trial. She's having fun, Liam said, moving the laser in complex patterns. Level 63. The holographic opponents now included energy shields, projectile weapons, coordinated attack patterns designed to challenge a predator's ability to adapt under pressure. Whiskers adapted by ignoring them entirely and focusing on the dot. Her single-minded pursuit was both magnificent and slightly terrifying. Level 71. The system, designed to challenge apex predators up to level 75 maximum, began throwing everything at her. multiple opponents, environmental hazards, randomized attack patterns. Whiskers parkoured off a holographic soldier's shield, ricocheted off a wall, twisted in midair, and landed directly on the laser as it crossed a warrior's chest. Level 75. System maximum. Liam turned off the laser. Whiskers immediately stopped fighting, sat down, and began grooming herself as if nothing had happened. The Colosseum was silent. Then someone started clapping. Then another. Within seconds, the entire arena erupted in applause, a sound that meant the same thing across 1,000 different species. ZYX Thor approached Liam as he picked up Whiskers. Human, I must know. What was that device? Some kind of targeting system? Laser pointer, Liam said. Technically, it's a cat toy. Costs about 3 credits back home. Your Predator's combat rating is exceptional. How did you train it? I didn't. This is just how cats are. You dangle something small and fast-moving, and their hunting instinct kicks in. They can't help themselves. The Kragathi warrior joined them. The dot. She truly believed it was prey? To her, yes. Cats will hunt laser pointers until they collapse from exhaustion. It's not rational. It's instinct refined over millions of years of evolution. When you're a small predator, you can't afford to miss opportunities. So cats chase everything, just in case. Fascinating, the Polonian scientist said, scribbling notes. And disturbing. Whiskers yawned, showing her fangs, utterly unconcerned with having just demolished the combat trial's previous records. Observer 7 announced the standings. Whiskers, first place. The margin wasn't even close. 1 trial remained. The final trial was called the Gauntlet, a test of endurance, intelligence, and adaptability. Each predator would be placed in an unfamiliar environment with hidden prey and environmental hazards. Success required not just hunting skill but problem-solving ability. The Shadowmaw, despite its impressive previous performances, struggled. The creature was bred for one purpose: killing. When faced with a puzzle door requiring specific sequence activation to access prey, it simply attacked the door until ejected from the trial. The Razor Claws performed better, demonstrating pack intelligence. They solved basic puzzles through trial and error, but complex challenges exceeded their cognitive abilities. Other species showed varying levels of success. Some predators were pure instinct. Others showed remarkable intelligence but lacked hunting efficiency. Then came Whiskers. The environment was a complex multi-level structure with hiding prey, locked doors requiring weight plates to be activated in sequence, and even a section requiring the predator to cross a narrow beam over a water pit. Liam set Whiskers down at the entrance. Okay, girl. Prey inside. Go get M. Whiskers sniffed the air, ears rotating, processing information. Then she simply walked past the main entrance and jumped onto a nearby ledge, a route the designers hadn't anticipated anyone using. Is she going off course? Observer 7 asked. She's finding the efficient path, Liam corrected. From her elevated position, Whiskers surveyed the entire structure. Her head tracked movements below, the prey scurrying through the maze. Instead of following the intended route, she found structural weaknesses, gaps in the design, shortcuts the architects never intended. She jumped between levels using decorative outcroppings as stepping stones. She squeezed through ventilation gaps. When she encountered a locked door, she didn't try to solve the puzzle. She simply climbed over it using the frame. This is cheating, ZYX Thor protested. This is thinking, Liam countered. Cats are problem solvers. If there's a rule, they'll find the loophole. If there's a barrier, they'll find the weakness. That's what makes them such successful hunters. Whiskers reached the central chamber where most of the prey had gathered, a safe zone by design, requiring predators to solve 3 sequential puzzles to access it. She studied the chamber from above. Then she did something extraordinary. She knocked a loose decorative panel off the wall, clattered down, startling the prey into scattering. As they ran from the safe zone toward the exits, Whiskers dropped down among them. She'd used a distraction to flush them from cover. Did that creature just The Polonian scientist couldn't finish the sentence. Use tools?
Yeah.
Cats do that. They're not tool users in the technical sense, but they understand cause and effect. Knock something over, prey runs. It's tactical thinking. The hunt that followed was systematic and ruthless. Whiskers had memorized the layout during her initial survey. She knew every hiding spot, every escape route. The prey had nowhere to go that she hadn't already planned for. 17 minutes. That's how long it took her to clear the entire gauntlet. The previous record was 42 minutes. When Whiskers emerged, she carried a prey animal in her mouth. She walked directly to Liam, dropped it at his feet, and sat down. Waiting, Liam produced a treat from his pocket. Good girl. Best hunter ever. Whiskers accepted the treat, then rubbed against his legs, purring. Observer 7 calculated the final scores. The results appeared on every screen across the station. First place, Whiskers, Felis Catus, Terra, 2,847 points. Second place, Shadowmaw, Valoria Prime, 1,923 points. Third place, Razorclaw Pack, Kragath, 1,876 points. The betting market, which had started with Whiskers at 1-247 to 1 odds, had made several lucky individuals obscenely wealthy. ZYX Thor approached for the final time. His mandibles clicked in what Liam had learned was respectful acknowledgement. Human, I have battled the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy. I have seen predators that could tear apart starships. But your cat. He paused. She hunts like death itself. Efficient. Inevitable. Uncaring. She's a good cat, Liam said simply. What I do not understand is why your species keeps these creatures as companions. They are clearly dominant predators. Liam smiled, scratching Whiskers behind her ears. That's exactly why we keep them. Humans are persistence hunters. We chase prey until it dies of exhaustion. But cats? They're ambush predators. They wait, they plan, they strike. Together, we covered all bases. We brought them into our homes to kill rodents, and they stayed because we feed them, give them shelter, worship them a little. You worship them? The ancient Egyptians did. Modern humans are barely different. We call ourselves their servants. We buy them toys, gourmet food, build them elaborate climbing structures. We literally clean up their waste and consider ourselves lucky to do it. Whiskers meowed, as if agreeing with this assessment. Your species was dominated by these predators? No, Liam said. We formed a partnership. Mutual benefit. We give them food and shelter. They give us companionship and pest control. Everyone wins. But she could kill you. So could I kill her. But we don't. That's the whole point. Trust. Domestication isn't about dominance. It's about cooperation between predators. The Kragathi warrior had been listening. Your world must be terrifying if humans and these cats are both apex predators. Oh, we've got plenty of other scary things. Bears, sharks, wolves, crocodiles, tigers, which are like Whiskers but 200 kilograms. Venomous snakes, spiders, jellyfish that can kill with a touch, bacteria that eat flesh, parasites that control minds. Liam shrugged. Earth's a competitive place. If you want to survive, you better be tough. And you made pets of the predators? Not just predators. We domesticated wolves into dogs, hunting partners. We ride horses, prey animals that could kill us with one kick. We keep snakes, lizards, even spiders as pets. If it exists, someone on Earth probably keeps it in their house. Observer 7 interrupted. Mr. Carter, as the winner of this cycle's Apex Predator exhibition, you and Whiskers will be recorded in the Galactic Biological Database. Your prize includes a crystal trophy, 50,000 galactic credits, and the title of Deadliest Hunter in Known Space. Liam accepted the trophy. Thanks. Whiskers, say thank you. Whiskers meowed, then promptly knocked the trophy off the table with her paw, because that's what cats do. The story of Whiskers' victory spread across the galaxy faster than quantum communications. Within a week, every spacefaring civilization had heard about the human who brought a domesticated predator to a competition designed for the galaxy's most fearsome hunters, and won. The scientific community was in an uproar. Xenobiologists requested samples. Behavioral specialists wanted to study Earth's unique predator-prey dynamics. The Terran government received 17,000 applications from alien species wanting to adopt cats for pest control, personal protection, or simply because they'd become the galaxy's most sought-after status symbol. Earth's response was measured. Sure, you can have cats, but be warned you're not adopting them. They're adopting you, and they'll run your life. Liam returned to Earth a minor celebrity. Whiskers, characteristically, seemed entirely unbothered by her fame. She spent most of her time sleeping in sunbeams and occasionally murdering the local bird population. 6 months later, Liam received a message from ZYX Thor. The Valerian commander had adopted a cat, a sleek black female named Shadow. The message included a video of Shadow systematically dismantling ZYX Thor's carefully organized military quarters, knocking everything off shelves with apparent joy. I understand now, the message read. This creature is not a pet. It is a tiny god who allows me to serve it, and I am honored to do so. Attached was a follow-up. Also, how do I stop it from bringing me dead things at 3 a.m.? Liam's response: you don't. That's love. The Galactic Apex Predator exhibition continues annually, but the rules changed after Whiskers' victory. There's now a Terran Predator category, because after extensive analysis, xenobiologists determined that Earth produces such a high concentration of apex predators that including them in general competition creates unfair advantages. Cats, in particular, are classified as specialized extreme threat level predators in the Galactic database, with a notation: approach with caution, will hunt for sport, cannot be reasoned with, may attempt to domesticate you. As for Whiskers, she received one final honor: a statue in the Exhibition Hall of Champions, immortalized in crystal, forever frozen in her victory pose. The pose? Sitting down, pole raised, grooming herself. Because when you're the deadliest hunter in known space, you don't need to look threatening. You just need to be yourself. If the story made you smile, consider the real truth behind it. Humans really did domesticate one of Earth's most efficient predators, and we really do let them live in our homes, sleep in our beds, and occasionally murder local wildlife with impunity. We clean their litter boxes. We buy them toys. We build them elaborate furniture. We take them to doctors when they're sick and mourn them when they die. Why? Because despite being perfectly designed killing machines, cats also purr. They cuddle. They bring us joy. That's the real humanity. Fuck yeah moment. Not that we're tough or strong, but that we looked at a perfect predator and said, I'm going to love this animal anyway. The galaxy might fear our predators, but we cherish them. And that makes all the difference. Want more stories about humans being space orcs, Earth being a death world, and our weird relationship with dangerous animals? Let us know. The galaxy is vast, and humanity's just getting started. Share this story if you've ever been dominated by a house cat and accepted it as your fate. Leave a comment about your own apex predator, aka your pet, and their conquests. And remember, when the aliens finally arrive, it won't be our weapons they fear. It'll be our pets. Stay weird, humanity. The galaxy needs it.